It's 10:30 in the morning. Let's talk about band. I think it was 2 years ago around this time I made a video talking about like rookie advice for drumming. And there goes my phone. I made a video talking to rookies about like what drum corps is like and how hard it is to audition. There was just one problem. I had only been to 2 drum corps camps at the time of that video. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, was I lying? Not really. I was right for the most part. But let me tell you what actually happened. We're gonna hop on YouTube real quick. So today is the 21st of November 2017. This was uploaded November 19th of 2015. Now at that point in time, actually now that I think about it, I don't think I had been to a single drum corps camp yet. My first experience with Drum Corps International was with the Crossmen in 2015 of November. I might have been to the camp, I'm not really sure, I don't think so. So I went to the November camp and I did band, and then I got a call back. So then the December camp rolls around, which is next month, and I don't know if you're aware, but when you try out for drum corps every month afterwards, if you get called back or get contracted, you have to go back to a monthly camp somewhere in the United States. So I drove back up for December, did band again. December I got a call back again with Crossman, and would go back to the January camp in a month. So I had the show music, we were starting to learn the show, continuum, lots of cool show music. I was very excited because I really thought I was about to be a part of this drum corps. And then in January they cut me on the last day of the January camp. Now, mind you, this just means I didn't march the 2016 season. And that was still a really good summer for me. As a matter of fact, I'll throw in a bunch of pictures right now. So, since in theory I took the summer off instead of marching with the Crossmen, I went and watched my home show and then DCI San Antonio, the Super Regional, where everyone was there. Did I just say Super Regional? Oh, band. Mind you, this was the first time I'd ever been to the show or the Alamo Dome to begin with. That's a picture of the Crossmen's field. You can see the infinity signs or whatever. And then the Blue Devils, stuff like that. I had a great time. I loved the show. I got to see all these corps that I hadn't seen before. I really experienced for myself the energy that you can't really replicate in a video that you watch on YouTube. And I'm not trying to be corny because this video is going to go from very corny to very sarcastic real quick. Then 2017, I went back to Crossman for 2017. A lot of you people recognized me from the video and started talking to me. That's crazy. I'm not going to say I didn't like it, but it was strange. People were at the camp like, hey, I saw you on that video one time. And I'm like, oh my, that's weird. I went back to Crossman for the November camp in San Antonio and then got called back again to the December camp. Here's the problem. The weekend of the December camp, I was playing lead trumpet in a musical. Now, the conflict was to be resolved. It was okay. I notified the caption head, I notified the visual people that I couldn't be at camp because of the musical thing. And I asked him, is it really worth coming back? You know, I just got on. I know this is something crazy you would probably never ask if you're auditioning for the first time. And please don't do this if you're auditioning for the first time. So I messaged him and said, is it worth coming back? Is my audition even valuable to you? There's 400 something kids here. Is it worth my time to come back and waste my energy if I'm not even going to get a contract? When I talked to the caption heads, they said that they were almost willing to offer me a contract. They just wanted to see me again. And I said, well, it's not possible for me to come back into December because I have this conflict. And they were like, okay, send in a video audition and we'll see you that way. Basically, they were looking for signs of improvement. We'll get back to that later. I also just didn't do it. November, December, January are such busy months in the band world, especially in high school in Texas. I just didn't do it. And that was my fault. I could have spent the summer of 2017 with the Crossmen. Now, after the musical and after that, and after everybody got called back, I realized what I had done, and it was a big mistake. January rolls around, and I don't have a drum corps camp to go to for the first time. A buddy of mine texts me and asks if I want to go audition for a drum corps, and I ask him who. And he says, the Guardians Drum and Bugle Corps, and I say, who is that? Because this is the first time I had heard of the Guardians. Apparently, there was an open class corps in Houston, started by some guy in Lubbock, and they were fielding for 2017. I went to the Guardians only camp in January and got a contract on Upper Split Lead, my first camp. Now this was a turning point for me. When you go into your audition and you think that drum corps is hard when you're standing inside, marking time, be doing a couple box drills, that's what I thought the extent of drum corps was. I didn't think it was going to be that bad. Then I look around and see the physical extent, the emotional extent, and I was like, nah, I'll be fine. I have experience. To sum it up, move-ins roll around, and the first week is okay. The second week was the emotionally worst. The third week, I won't go into detail, but if any of my Guardians friends are watching, you know exactly what happened. And the fourth week was kind of fun, because we were about to take off and do a tour. The first couple weeks of tour were spent in Texas. DCI Denton was my first DCI show. It was spent with the Cavaliers and the Cadets. It was crazy cool. I actually have a story about that show, but that's for another video. DCI Denton was done. We moved on to DCI San Antonio, the show I'd watched last year, and now I'm on the field for it. Anyways, I thought tour was all unicorns, rainbows, and daisies before we left, and then we arrived at our first housing site in Oklahoma, and it was awful. The first 2 weeks of tour were kind of harsh. Then we got up into Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois. That was kind of fun. Indianapolis was cool. Michigan City was cool. I have another story about Michigan City, but another video. Long story short, here's my advice. It's audition season. If you haven't auditioned already, it's coming up soon. Be yourself. Be yourself around the other people in the Corps. Talk to the staff, make yourself known, always have good posture, bring an air mattress, bring an extension cord. If you get called out by staff, don't get upset. That just means they want to fix you. That means you're a candidate. And for the love of God, guys, relax. It's just band. I know you guys are going to do great. I see you in the comments typing about how you're going to audition for Crossman with friends or whatever. That's exactly what I did. Actually, I went by myself, but that's because I don't have any friends. No, but seriously, you guys are going to do great. Wherever you go, please let me know in the comments how it goes. But if you get contracted anywhere, get called back, let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll see you at a camp. Maybe I'll see you on the field. I personally am going to the Madison Scouts. Nothing against the Crossmen at all. I still love the Corps to death. I just have different plans for my future. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope this helped a little bit.